And I told him it was time to go. And the pastor said to me, I didn't hear that. And I went home to the apartment and I was weeping on the floor. And God said, you can stay there and cry if you want to, or get up and be obedient to my word. And I got up and started moving out into ministry and started a church in the inner city. God opened the door for the bank to give me all the money I needed to buy the building. But I was still struggling. Because I was still angry. Because everywhere I turned, men in the gospel were coming up against my ministry. There were people preaching about me in the pulpit. So I stopped going to the inner city. I started staying away from the inner city. Started taking all my engagements out of Pittsburgh. Didn't want to see nobody. See, people that were in the church with me was raised up in an apostolic church, and when they saw me, as soon as I had on my earring, I was a backslider. They would pass me and not speak to me. I remember one day, Sister Thorpe over in the north, I went to preach in her church. She said, don't come and say. The same people that are rejecting you now will call to ask you to preach, and you won't be able to fit them in their schedule. And I want you to know the day is here. The same people that 5 years ago were not asking in their pulpit is harassing my staff to get me to preach in their church. And I want you to know something. The devil is a liar. I'm not going there. Unless God opens the door for me to go, I'm not going there just because you want me to do that.
That's right. That's good.
When you do it God's way.
Yeah.
I fought God to stay in this city. I have tried to leave Pittsburgh I don't know how many times. I have rented an apartment in Houston, bought homes in another city. I was determined I would not be here. And I got a prophetic word that there will be a season in your life when you will fill the arenas of Pittsburgh. And the massive healing that will take place as you bring women together from around the world, that will bring healing and deliverance to this city, was the only thing that kept me in this city. Because I was so determined to leave. I was determined to run from this place because Pastor here was all my men. All of my failures are in this city. All of my failures are in the churches right here. And I don't like, how many of you want to see your failures every time? You don't want to see them. But God began to do a work in my life. 2 years ago, 11 years ago, my life began to shift. I had begun to set my life in order where I didn't need nobody. I got home and I got the cars and I got the rings and I got the clothes. I began to set my life. And one day I got a call from England to go and preach the gospel over there to a church, and I was like, I don't want to go. I said, and I was trying. My pastor said, I believe that's God.